Years ago, who was it you sang with? I don't remember.
Ruth Hewitt.
And who else? About 60 years ago, I said.
Oh, Evelyn.
Evelyn, who?
Adkins.
Is she here tonight? She ought to help you, shouldn't she? Come on, Ed. Back, if you can remember that far. Y'all started when you was teenagers, didn't you, Shirley?
I was dating Fred and
Get up there,
She was dating Fred, and you was dating Fred, and she was dating who?
she was a little girl.
Oh, I thought you was going to tell something on her. But some of you may not know, but Sister Shirley's husband, Brother Fred, was pastor here before I came here. Was here 10 years, right, Shirley? Yeah, I believe it was 10 years.
Yeah.
And then
I'm 85 years old. I can't remember too well.
you're 3 times as old as I am, Shirley. Bless your heart. You're still able to sing. Yes, you are. We'll move on. But anyways, how many years did Brother Fred have Alzheimer's?
He started in 2002. I noticed it, and I talked to Dr. Shepard, who started him on Arrowstep. But he progressed. Just recently, he passed away. He got really bad the last 2 or 3 years. He didn't know it was very bad the last year. My oldest son is 67. He would come over and he'd think he was my boyfriend, and he'd want me to get in there and sit down with him. He didn't know the
Bless
children.
his heart.
I'm sorry.
You're not too old to hold it.
Yes, I am. Who are you?
I'm not gonna tell, you might know me.
Sister Shirley, I know she don't regret it. She'd do it all over again.
Absolutely.
Took care of Brother Fred 24/7. Watched over him like a little child. Took care of him wonderfully. And Shirley,
He was like a
we want to
2-year-old
honor
at
you for
times.
that. We
Like
want
a
to,
2-year-old at times.
yeah. Made her laugh a lot. Made her cry a lot.
He did a lot of things that made you laugh, but you should cry. I'll tell you one thing he did. We were at church one night, and it's an old preacher preaching, and he was up in his 80s. Brother Fred would want to, my husband would want to go to the restroom, and he kept on saying, we was on the second sequence, and he said, I want to go to the restroom. He kept whispering to him, and I said, well, go on. And when he came back, he didn't sit down there, and I knew if I'd have grabbed him, we'd have had a fight. He came right on up to the preacher, and he was preaching. He said, I looked all over the place to find something to give you. He said, take this and go, and it was a roll of toilet paper. And the preacher stopped preaching. He didn't know he had Alzheimer's, and he took the toilet paper, set it down there, and Fred came back and sat down, and he kept on preaching. And it was embarrassing to me, but that was a little thing that he did. I mean, you had to laugh. I didn't laugh out loud then, but the preacher just kept on preaching. And he preached as long as he'd been preaching then for a half hour or longer. It didn't bother him. And then our pastor went and told him he had Alzheimer's. He didn't know he had Alzheimer's. But there's a lot of things that I should have kept a book on it, but it was just like a 2-year-old at times. And other times, it seemed like his memory would come back and he'd know who I was. But if you ever have to take care of someone, we married when we were 20, and I was going to take care of him as long as I could.
Bless your heart.
Amen.
Bless your heart. He, never a time when he, last few years, I'd be preaching and he'd tell me to shut my mouth. I was entirely too loud. But thank God she still took him to church and placed it. Shirley, Alzheimer's is over for him now, isn't it?
Yes.
He's in a better place and in better health. Now, Shirley, back there about 90 years ago when y'all used to sing together, pick out a song and you and Ed sing.
be one you run.
There is kindness